My name is Elayne Pearson, and I'm an autism recovery speaker and founder of Hidden Treasures of Health Foundation. Living with Autism, the Trials and the Triumphs, based on the book Learning to Dance in the Rain. My aha moment was this picture at a marvelous occasion for my other daughter. Holly's team had competed very hard and had won a competition and was able to go to Florida to a national competition. And look at Heidi. It was just like, oh, I'm just miserable. I'm just miserable, Mom. I can't tell you, but I am. Heidi we finally got a doctor to dual diagnose her Down syndrome and late onset autism when she was 13, because in the book, in the Bible, that most doctors and psychologists say it has to start before they're age 3. There are tons of autistic kids now that are not getting diagnosed because it didn't happen this or da-da-da-da-da or da-da-da because of the small paragraph. That has to change. That has to change. It takes us 20 years to make it a given that everybody knows before it finally is on the books and official. The same thing has happened with antibiotics. When they first hit the market, it's like, oh, they're just the most wonderful things. Antibiotics are just the best thing since sliced bread. And then we started doing more and more and more. And now we know what? You cannot just give antibiotics for everything, because it wipes out the good and the bad bacteria at the same time. And many people have what they call antibiotic resistance now, right? It's the same thing, and same parallel with vaccines as well. I wanted to break that cocoon open. I wanted Heidi to fly like a butterfly. I knew she was in there. I knew there was a better way, and I knew she had a destiny. So I started to search, research, and soul search. And these are my findings. I am going to share with you a blueprint for Heidi's holistic house of recovery, all done without drugs. And this is the breakdown of the blueprint. Clean it out, make it real, fill it in, build it up, bring it on, and see it through. We're going to go through each one of those. These kids do not expel toxins and chemicals properly. They suck them in like a sponge. And likely you do too. Likely you do too. Because there is a genetic component to autism in that manner, in that they cannot expel toxins, viruses, chemicals. And then there's the environmental triggers, which are toxic cleaners, insecticides, sunscreens, chemicals, yard sprays. All those things just suck into these kids. And some it doesn't take much before their little system is like, oh, maxed out. Heidi made it clear till kindergarten. She's a rare bird in that many are hit right on early. It kind of just depends. Every child has their own threshold. And that's what's been so baffling to the experts, is like, well, now why is it for some and why is it not for others? And this family had, and one child did, and the rest of the kids didn't. And yet they all are in the same environment. And we were able to find holistic help, truth, hope, resources, mind, body, spirit, to open the cocoon, and she now flies free. But I did not give my all to Heidi. I gave time to my marriage. I gave time to my daughters. I gave time to my church for my own self. I see parents just hyper-focusing on the autistic child, and everything else goes to pot. I don't think that's the way to go. That's not my version. I know some people, it's like, oh, it's a window that shuts. I don't know. I don't know that I believe that. We started when Heidi was 15. But you've got to go. You've got to follow your heart and be guided. This feels good. That doesn't feel so good. This feels good. This feels right. Not sure about that. I'm going to pray about that. I'm going to ponder about that one. But put all the cards before you and then ponder, and you will be guided. I promise you.